back to the issue of gun violence, Philadelphia City Council, as we mentioned, they are holding a second emergency public hearing later today to address the issue. And joining us live this morning is Councilman Kenyatta Johnson. Councilman, thanks for your time this morning.
Thanks for having me this morning.
Yeah, and I want to run through some of the numbers, which I'm sure you are familiar with. There is a sharp increase in the number of shootings in the city, up 55% so far this year. Murders up 31%, and 102 children have been shot in Philadelphia so far this year. These numbers really unsettling and disturbing. What are you hoping to accomplish during these emergency hearings?
Well, first and foremost, as a city, we're in a state of emergency, and these murders of our children, these murders of our women, these children of our young people are totally unacceptable. And so through the hearings that we're going to be having today, we're meeting with the Office of Violence Prevention that represents the mayor. We're meeting with the Philadelphia School District, as well as the Office of Behavioral Health and Probation and Parole, to get recommendations and, most importantly, answers as to what are we doing as a city around the issue of addressing senseless gun violence that we're seeing here in the city of Philadelphia. And most importantly, are we working hand in hand aggressively with passion and making sure we're reducing the level of gun violence, and most importantly, making sure our children are safe?
You know, last night I had the opportunity to attend a meeting between a Philadelphia youth organization and police. They're hoping to, improve the relationship between police and the communities, but people are frustrated. They're angry. A lot of these kids say they are scared, they're concerned. What other steps do you think need to be taken to address the issue of gun violence in the city? And what do you tell your constituents who are dealing with this?
Well, first and foremost, they should be frustrated. They should be angry. And we should be advocating for our young people to make sure that they have trauma-informed services inside the Philadelphia School District, because we know hurt people hurt people. We want to make sure we have conflict resolution programs inside our schools for our young people so they can resolve conflicts without picking up a gun. And most importantly, making sure they have job opportunities and after-school programs to get involved in things that are positive. But also, in terms of public safety, we have to track where the illegal guns are coming from. There are way too many guns in the streets of Philadelphia. There's no way a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old child should have a 9mm gun with a 15-bullet clip. And so we have to track down where the illegal guns are coming from and make sure, most importantly, that those who have lost loved ones to gun violence receive justice for those who have been taken away from them. And so we have to address this issue comprehensively, but most importantly, aggressively, and make sure that it's a #1 priority here in the city of Philadelphia.
As you know, we are in unprecedented times right now in our country. We're dealing with this pandemic, protests, unrest. What do you think is leading to the increase in violence that we're seeing here in Philadelphia right now?
Well, I think obviously the issue of COVID-19, on top of the stresses of life that people are dealing with, is contributing to the issue. But also, we can't use it as an excuse, because we have seen the increase of homicides and shooting before March. And so we've been trending this way in the wrong direction before COVID-19 has become an issue here in the city of Philadelphia. And so we can't use it as an excuse. We got to think outside the box as it relates to how we're addressing this issue. And at the end of the day, get to the bottom of why we're seeing senseless gun violence here in the city of Philadelphia.
And as we wrap up here, what do you say to these people, these gunmen, these criminals who are on the streets and causing this violence in our communities?
Put the guns down, put the guns down, put the guns down, and enough is enough. If there's a young person out there that want to get out of the street life, that want to put their guns down, I encourage them. They can get in contact with my office at 215-686-3412, and I'll do everything possible in my power to make sure we're assisting them to leave a life of getting involved in something that's positive as opposed to picking up a gun. That's what it's all about, and most importantly, making sure our children are safe in the streets of Philadelphia.
All right, Councilman Kenyatta Johnson, thanks so much for your time. Let's hopefully able to get those numbers turned around. Thanks, Councilman.